Andy, obviously, the first half able to keep it close, and that second half it looked like Bryce Brown took over a little bit. Just what defensively,
It just looked faster to me, really, all night. I thought we were scrappy enough in the first half to hang around because we didn't give them a lot of second shots when the game was still in play, despite our inability offensively to make plays at the basket. I think we were 4 for 12 from the paint in the second half. We just weren't finishing plays. We were making poor decisions as it related to penetrating pitch and stepped out of bounds a couple of times, which obviously you can't do to beat the 11th ranked team in the country. But I just thought they were faster to the ball. I think when we had it to a 4 or 5 point game, they had 2 or 3 possessions where they had multiple attempts off the backboard. We tried to go small because of our foul trouble. Bruce fouls out in 13 minutes after fouling out in 12 minutes. Dom was a little bit, the speed of the game's a little tough for him. So we had Markel, and really, even when you play Eustis, you're small. And we just could not secure our defensive glass.
You guys haven't turned it over a lot as of late. Tonight you had some problems with that.
Yeah, Dre has 6, and he's really been good with it all year. He's one of the tops in the country in assist to turnover. He has 6 big ones tonight, and then Bree has 5. Again, it comes down to decision-making and playing through contact. These games are hard to win, and you got to be able to play through some contact, and I thought they knocked us off our spot a little bit, and we didn't handle the ball as well as we need to.
What makes Auburn difficult to handle? 20-2.
They spread you. They're fast. And then what they don't have, you guys have heard me refer to this a lot in my time here, is they don't have watchers. They do not watch. At times we kind of get locked into the ball, and next thing you know, somebody's shooting a layup. And the guy who's guarding the guy who shot the layup still doesn't know it's his man. He looks around like, where'd that guy come from? That's your guy. You're not aware. They spread you, they cut you, and then when that ball goes on the glass, we've told them for the last 3 days, we have no chance to win the game if we don't get back in transition, and our transition D wasn't that bad, despite giving multiple opportunities because of our inability to score in the second half. But 19 offensive rebounds, 17 turnovers, you're not going to win that game.
What do you think separates them from the rest of the league?
Shot making, I think they're just playing at a different speed than most everybody else to this point. They just look faster to me.
4 losses in the last 5. Why do you think this team has not come together maybe the way that you had hoped?
I don't know. I think that it's one problem after another. We get Bruce, and I knew it was going to be a little bit of a process. A big difference between Jones Community College and the SEC. And we knew there was going to be a little bit of a transition for him and for Dom. But then we think we get there, and then we kind of have to take a huge step back. We need an inside presence. We cannot be so dependent upon perimeter shots. Our goal was to try to play inside out, but then when our inside guys are out of the game, then we end up making some poor decisions. And then, we've got to take what the game gives us. Auburn does a good job of swarming to the ball. I thought our ball movement early in the half was decent, and we just didn't cash in at the end. It's been frustrating. I know it's frustrating for everybody. Trust me, it's frustrating for me because I'm trying to get this team. I don't know what its potential is, but I'm trying to get us to play to our potential. We've shown capable in our last 2 outings in this building against Florida and Alabama. But we've got to be scrappy, and I just thought Auburn was quicker to the ball to us all night.
You mentioned the rebounding. There was a time in the second half where y'all were up 32-26 on the glass and 13-11 on the offensive glass. What do you think the difference was just down the stretch?
I think, when we went small, I think, Auburn was really chasing it. And I thought early we were doing a decent job of being engaged with blockouts. I thought late we were watching, and they quicked us to balls. And then there were balls that were 50-50 balls. We lose the 50-50 battle 9-4, 7-2 in the second half. Balls that you and I, here we are. And not only did we lose those, typically those led to baskets. And those are things you can't do.
46 combined fouls in this game. I know that's the freedom of movement mandate or whatever, but what's the challenge in trying to adjust to that when it's being called that tight?
For us, and I'll see the tape. Typically, the officials do a pretty good job. We all look at it through our own perspective, and we want the calls. But the reality is, they're right more times than not. I just think we're super reactionary, and that's disappointing because there's certain things you can control. Sometimes you're going to go against a guy that's better than you, but scatter report, game planning, understanding. Sitting on Mustafa Haran's left hand, he's a left-hand driver, and we let him get to his left hand. We know that Bryce Brown is a catch-and-shoot guy, and yet he still got off 7 threes on us. Those are things that this team cannot get away with and be successful.
It feels like a lot of people don't talk about Jared Harper, but he was able to affect the game tonight on a night he didn't shoot well at all.
No, I think he's their motor because of his speed and his dribble penetration. We were hoping that, again, the game plan was for him to have to make tough twos. Let him penetrate. Don't over-help because he's penetrating to draw help to find the open guy. I thought we did a decent job on him. Again, the offensive rebounds, when we would come up, we couldn't finish the possession by getting the ball.
What opportunities and quality wins, seeing moving forward, what advice?
There's a lot of opportunities. I mean, we got about 9 left, and 8 of them are in the top 100. We may not win it. Pardon me?
What words, give your team?
Just got to keep playing. It's a grind. We're disappointed, and justifiably so. Everybody is. I get it. We just got to keep fighting. We got a game again against a ranked team on the road Saturday. You hang your head, and as you said, it's 4 or 5 is going to turn into 5 or 6 and 6 or 7. Ain't nobody letting you up off the mat. So we got to fight our way up.
Thanks.